Cool, so we're live, mate.
Cool beans.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm about to sacrifice my last checkpoint by the look of it.
Yeah, just don't save over your save, mate. Please.
It's fine.
I'd feel awful.
Deep in the lands of Zaran, the humans of Koopa Keep struggle to stay alive as they are attacked by the wicked drow elves of Larnia. Darkness falls as the humans beg their king to save them, a noble king known only as the Grand Wizard. For 1,000 years, the battle has been waged, with only the bravery of the Grand Wizard to protect his human followers.
Pictures, eh?
But even though the Wizard King is so undeniably cool, the drow elf armies continue their attacks. They seek the humans' most treasured relic, the Stick of Truth. But the tides of war are soon to change, as news of a new kid spreads throughout the land. In order to save the humans,
so yeah, Ali's basically
Grand
saying
Wizard
that he's
must
a bit
get to the
dubious
new
of
kid
how good the game will
before the drow
actually
elves
be.
can manipulate his man and use him.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if he's a fan of South Park.
Controls the universe.
This is 100% fan service.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
so I mean, you've obviously played a reasonable amount of this, like, and we're going to go back and play it from the start. I mean, we are playing it from the start. So, how close is it to the TV series, like humour-wise?
the best way I can describe it is that you're basically writing your own episode of South Park. The character interactions on it are absolutely hilarious. And bit of it's, I wouldn't call it sandbox, but it is kind of you've got your own. Oh god, harking back to the day, I don't know whether you remember Virtual Springfield that they released way back in the early 90s. It was like at the
obviously the Simpsons.
Yeah, it was like, but it was literally just an interactive Springfield. It wasn't a game. You just had a city to look around, and you could click on things and it would do stuff. So it's very like that, and you can open up, pretty much the entire town. I think I was reading when they made the game that it was the first time they've ever actually had to make a map of South Park.
Right.
So yeah, what do we want to be?
We'll go for the most offensive thing possible, mate. That's,
so,
because that's how we roll.
So we shall be a black Jew.
Yay! Not
with
saying
ginger
being
hair.
black's offensive.
Everything Cartman hates,
Jewish.
basically.
Yeah.
If they had some goth kid clothing as well, okay. Got that.
Hit the hot topic as well.
Oh, they kind of have. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll give him ginger kid freckles.
Yeah, give him freckles, give him the lot. Make him really unfortunate. He's got the lot. He's ginger, freckles. Has he got like a club foot in there anywhere? Or a wonky eye?
No disability options, unfortunately.
No? Can't be in a wheelchair.
There's plenty of Jimmy and Timmy in this. But,
Oh, really? Don't give it
yeah.
away. I haven't seen it yet.
And we'll give him geek glasses too. Okay. There we go. Our poor little new kid. It's going to be tough enough in town.
So do you get to name him?
You do, but I mean, I won't ruin it. I won't
him?
ruin that for you because that's an early joke in the game.
Oh, right, okay. So we do get to name him though?
Yeah.
Right, so we should put it out to should put it out to the chat. What should we name him? Come on, Ali.
Ali remembers Virtual Springfield. Good man.
Yeah.
I think my PC was a Pentium 100 megahertz.
Well, I think that's everything.
We did it, hun. We're really moved in.
It's a new
Ali,
beginning for us.
This is the first ever game
Things
that lets
are
you be a
finally
black
going to be
ginger
good.
Jew goth.
Do you
Very
really think it will be better for him?
They won't look for
What?
him here. We just need to make sure he doesn't attract any attention.
Cracking on then, are we?
Come on, let's see how he's doing.
Sweetie? Hun, you all dressed?
Hey, champ. How do you like your new room? I know it's a big change for all of us, but, son, do you remember why we moved to this quiet little mountain town?
Right, yeah.
He doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember at all.
That's good he doesn't remember.
Sweetie, we want you to have lots of fun here. Why don't you go out and make some friends?
Right, get outside and play, son. Like normal kids.
We've got some money
So I've
for
got to
you
say,
on
I'm
the
quite
kitchen
impressed
counter,
that
sweetie. Just
They really have got
be
that
back before it gets dark.
TV show animation and stuff.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
like you're
love
creating
you
your own
too.
episode of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
obviously, the low spec of the show anyway is
Oh yeah.
has lent itself easy to it. Right, we've got nothing in
So
storage.
does it? But even though it's low spec, like, can you run it on quite a low spec machine?
I have absolutely no idea.
There's no like netbook mode or anything on the options.
I don't know. I'll send my copy to Ali, see if he can run it on his lappy.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the excellent things about this as well is all of the random shitty loot that you pick up throughout the game is pretty much every single one is a reference to an episode somewhere. So
Okay.
we'll try and call out between the three of us which episodes we remember.
May you be better than that. Better at that than me. So I was like first 2 or 3 series, and then I've dropped out since, which to my eternal shame. So I don't watch a lot of TV nowadays. I play a lot more games. So
Yeah, South Park is it's a bit hit and miss, but the thing I love about it is it's always topical. They're always talking about what's in the news of recent events. Okay, and we can take a shit on the toilet, which is awesome. You might hear me hammering the S key now.
is this like Duke Nukem?
No, it's a lot better.
You can't
You
throw
can-
it about or anything like that.
No, you do pick it up. Well, you can throw it actually. It's a weapon that you take your shit nuggets out of the toilet. Once
Nice.
you've completed the massive button pressing poop thing, and
Mini game.
you can throw it. One of the damages to the enemies that you can do is grossing them out, and they'll lose a bit of
Right.
life each turn. So if you throw your shit nugget at the enemies, it grosses them out.
Nice. So, what type of game is this then? Is this a like side-scrolling RPG?
Go on
a la
outside,
a
sweetie.
sort of an older Final Fantasy or something?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could say it's a. I don't know. It's a small. It is an art. It's got RPG elements. It's got.
Come on, son, get out there,
You
make
know, open
friends.
world elements.
Mhm.
But yeah, primarily it's a turn-based RPG. Yeah, pretty much like Final Fantasy, but I think they've kind of merged. They've almost got the perfect balance because there's all of the cutscenes. Again, if you're not a fan of South Park, you're gonna probably find the game fairly boring.
Right. Okay.
But if you are a fan of South Park, then the more of a hardcore fan you are of South Park, the more you're gonna love this game. I think it's the simple way to put it. And me being a massive hardcore fan, I'm just clapping my hands every step of the way playing this.
Excellent. Got a big smile on your face with it.
Well, it just never fails to surprise you with what characters it brings back from, like, even as far back as season 1. I think episode 1 of season 1 was the anal probe episode with the aliens, and yeah, they're all.
You shall
all in
die
it,
by my
and-
warhammer, Drow
Yeah.
I
remember them.
Stay to the forest realm.
Where they
That
zapping
way,
with the
I
laser
you
and-
first. Aha! You
Yep.
can't
Start
hold out much
calming with the
longer.
laser and start singing.
Somebody! I can't hold out
It's
much
the
longer.
moo 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 moo.
Yeah, that's it.
Ow!
Bloody hell.
Ow! Ouch!
Takes me back.
There is. So we just got our first
Yeah, I
quest.
deserve that.
Right.
We're about to left
Sorry
click
for
on an
hurting your
elf.
sword.
An elf is beating up Butters. As per usual,
Take that,
poor old
human.
Butters is
Feel my
getting,
hey, no fair. That's
done in.
cheating.
Posted.
I'm gonna tell my mom. Thanks, kid. I didn't realize he had a health potion. My name is Butters the Merciful. I'm a paladin. I live right next door to you. We should be friends.
So Butters just became a friend on Facebook.
Right.
Oh god, our Facebook profile picture's brilliant.
So there's a there's a whole sort of Facebook mechanic in this, is there?
It's not a mechanic, but there is, like, you will get messages from people,
Right.
and
Okay.
and there is a I don't think I can show you it yet, but there is like an upgrade. You can choose a perk every so many friends you get. So
Okay.
Now that we're friends, you should speak with the Wizard King. He's been talking about your arrival. The wizard lives this way, in the greenhouse,
see
over
the
there.
Wizard King now.
Hey, where are you from?
Yeah, basically, if you get like 10 or 15
Where'd you
friends,
live before
you can
moving
pick a perk, and they're the standard sort of stuff. You know, your first attack does damage,
Colorado?
more damage, or you do more bleeding
Why are you wearing
damage,
hair like
etc.,
that?
etc.
You don't talk
Oh,
much,
right,
do you?
okay, so
That's
yeah,
okay, I
yeah,
can
so
talk for
these are
both of us.
like, what's the best way to put it? Sort of like, almost like when you socket gems onto things, you can...
Yep, and there's
Extra
also
abilities.
that in this as well. I can't remember what they call them, but yeah, you get weapons. You know, and if you thought Saints Row 3 went too far with the weapons, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, what this
here
gets
the
you.
Grand Wizard!
Nice.
So, you are the new kid. Your coming was foretold by Coldwell Banker. I am the Wizard King. But the time for talk is not now. Let me show you my kingdom.
So we're just in Cartman's house
Oh,
now.
who's your new friend, Eric?
Nice.
Shut up, Mom. Not now.
And you can pretty much like hit anything. You know, a lot of the environments are destructible. Yeah, we're about to pick up Cartman's garage key.
So, is there anything going on in this where you can sort of like go and rustle through the bushes and find
There's tons, absolutely
potions
tons,
and
yeah.
stuff like that? Yeah,
And if
little
you
hidden
didn't watch
extras.
if you didn't watch the later seasons, there was a season where they took the piss out of Pokemon,
Right.
and they had Chin Pokemon basically, and there's
Yeah.
30 Chin Pokemon in the game to collect, and
Right,
they're
okay.
hidden pretty much fucking everywhere. What else is there? There's the side quests themselves are pretty well hidden. And in my run through earlier with the game, I really haven't progressed very far in the story side of the missions. I've just been doing all of the
Yeah.
side quests, which seems to be a pretty good way of doing it because I'm slightly overpowered now in the
Right.
sort of story mode when I'm taking on the big bad guys and stuff. So yeah, in every house there's a TV playing, and it's playing a Terrence and Phillip episode, which will be
Right.
it is ripped straight from the cartoon, so you'll recognise.
Do they recycle, or are there enough that you never hear the same one twice?
There's enough. I think if this was a longer game, you know, if this was a 60-hour JRPG, they would have
Yeah.
had to recycle. But they've kind of got the right balance. I haven't completed the game yet, but
Right.
from reading on the web and stuff, it's between 12 and 14 hours to complete if you know
Okay.
hammer all of the side quests and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's with the past. What has it been going now? Nearly 15 years, I think. They've got enough stuff from the past sort of 15 years to
Yeah.
vary it up. So even they do quite a lot of musical numbers in their shows. So
Right.
every building that you go into will have, you know, like the post office has a radio playing, and you'll hear like a different song in the post office than you would in Tom's Rhinoplasty or whatever.
Okay.
And all of the locations that you'll remember from the game are there as well.
Welcome.
The cartoon are there.
To the kingdom of Koopa Keep.
Sweet. So there's a few like sort of old classics thrown in for good measure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Our weapon
yeah.
shop here is tended
Oh,
by
that's sweet.
Clyde, a level 14 warrior.
So what's occurring now, man? Because I'm
Here
on
you
a bit
can
of
see
a
our massive
delay.
stables,
Yeah, well, we're
overseen
just,
by the level 9 ranger,
we're
Scott
just,
Malkinson,
arrived at
who
Koopa
has the
Keep.
power of diabetes.
And Cartman's just telling us that one of
And
his
here, of course, is the breathtaking and
we've got
lovely
Princess
Princess Kenny, the fairest maiden in all the kingdom.
Of course.
Don't ask
fairest
why Kenny
maiden
wanted
in
to be a
all the
kid, it's
kingdom.
just how he seems to be rolling right now.
Let's just degrade Kenny as well. Just do that.
Well, Kenny ends up as like one of your party members, and
Don't give it away.
I think that by now that's probably a well-known fact. But,
Yeah.
My loyalty is as incurable as my
got
diabetes.
Scott Malkinson, whose special power is the power of diabetes.
Of course.
We've got the Rock of Insanity, that if you punch, Cartman says you're insane. And then
Right.
Be careful, the Rock of Insanity holds mysterious powers. Okay, you're insane now. If
apparently
you want to
we're
be healed,
insane
you must
now.
gaze at the rock again.
And what does
Okay, you're
insanity
healed.
give you? Other than
I think it's
Awesome.
just some silly little thing they put. You can interact with the Rock basically, and he says you're insane.
right.
If you want to be cured, you've got to touch it again.
Fair enough.
So just running around Koopa Keep now. Go to the top of this
Behold
ladder
the
and we'll get
distant
a
realm of downtown, home
a
of
view of
corrupt
South
merchant
Park
lords
town.
and homeless people.
Sweet.
You can even see the Tower of Peace from the Japanese versus Chinese episode. I don't know if you've seen that one, but there's City Wok, which is the Chinese shop, properly pronounced Shitty Wok. Shitty Wok. The Japanese guy opens up like a sushi store. Shitty sushi.
Yeah.
Next door.
The wizard stump. Perhaps one day I will show you what it does.
Genius.
Okay, so let's go and speak to Cartman the Wizard.
You have been sought out, new kid, because humans everywhere are in great danger. I need something from you, and in return, I am prepared to allow you into my kingdom. I know you are very excited. It's time for your
says
first
shit
breath,
nuggets set
but
the
first,
tone. Yeah.
Please tell us
Yeah.
thy name.
Starts as it means to go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now is the point where we get to name.
Okay.
So,
Have we had
any response?
Any responses? No. No. Right, go on then. What are we going to call him?
I don't know, should we just go for the literal Black Ginger Jew?
Well, BJ, isn't it? So that's... But yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah. So, BJ... Black
BJ
Jew.
Goth.
BJ Goth Ginger.
Goth Ginger, all one word though.
BJ Ginger Goth, there we go.
Genius.
You entered douchebag, is that correct?
Ali said she would call him Royston.
Are you sure you want to keep the name douchebag? Very well, douchebag. You will now choose a class. Fighter, mage, thief, or Jew.
You'll see this coming through on the stream
Yeah.
in a couple of seconds, why this is an early joke about naming your character.
Right. Yeah, so all I can see at the moment and watching the stream I'm watching is, because obviously I'm on the delay, is you've just literally hit continue.
Okay, well enjoy that joke, and I'm on the character selection screen now, so...
Right, cool.
So we have 4... Yeah, douchebag is your name, whichever way, whichever way you go. So we got 4 classes. We can be a fighter, a mage, a thief, and a Jew.
Right. So what are the obviously the mage is a magic user, fighter is the guy who does
melee,
swords.
I guess. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I think it just affects your powers, because some of the game mechanics require you to have ranged attacks and stuff. So I played a Jew, obviously, for my first run through, and you get the special move Jiu-Jitsu, which stuns stuns your target. And what's the other one? Oh, you get David's sling, so you can throw the stone, as in David and Goliath.
Okay,
And yeah, but you still have a melee weapon and a bow and arrow and stuff like that, or an alien laser gun, whatever. So I don't think it matters that much. I have seen some other streams. I know the Thief has got a special move called Mug, where you Rochambeau someone basically and kick them in the notes and
run off.
Them down. So what should we let Ali choose? Ali, what do you want us to be, mate?
Yeah, we have to wait 10 seconds before that kicks in.
Old chat.
Let's just talk amongst ourselves. Until
10 minutes on the customer selection or character selection
yeah,
screen.
exactly. Genius. Brilliant.
Most action-packed live stream ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not miss.
This is 12 hours of Character Select, the YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in.
Would you want to just? Are you in the chat? Do you want to just pop it in the chat quick? Or?
Yeah, I could do that. See, that's why I hired you.
You're my chat bot.
Exactly.
Actually, what I will do is I'm going to click on all of these because Cartman says some wonderful things. Now, we're a black ginger person, so let's see what he's got to say.
A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool.
A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool.
You look sneaky enough to be a thief.
You look sneaky enough to be a thief.
A fighter has courage, honor, and the ability to kick fucking ass.
A fighter has courage.
You look sneaky enough to be a thief. Black fighter, huh? Pretty scary.
Okay, I just clicked on fighter. Black fighter, huh? Pretty scary.
You look sneaky enough to be a thief. A mage is like a wizard, only not as cool. Jew, huh? So I guess we'll never really be friends. A fighter has courage, Jew, huh? So I guess we'll never really be friends.
Have we got anything come through yet? No suggestions yet.
Okay, we'll give it the old 10-second countdown. I'm gonna go Jew.
A mage is like a Jew, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess
Well,
we'll
do you
never
not
really
want to
be
play
friends.
something different? Just
Black fighter. A mage is like
see
you
what
look
the
sneaky enough to be a
experience-
thief.
Yeah, go for it. You
play
choose
play
then.
something. No, I was gonna say play something different, and then you can compare it then.
Okay.
You look sneaky enough to be a thief.
Go
Let's
for
be
the
a
mage.
thief. A
So-
mage? Yeah,
A
go
mage
for
is
it.
like
Go
a
for
wizard,
the
only
mage,
not
and
as
then because
cool.
that looks quite similar.
We welcome to our kingdom, Douchebag the Mage.
Hooray!
Now please, go and visit the weapon shop. Procure yourself a weapon and we shall teach you to fight.
Okay, so I'm gonna get taught to fight now. Off to what we got?
Yeah, I'd just be interested to see like what the difference is. See if there are any kind of differences from the playthrough you had, rather than playing through as a mage.
Okay, so Butters has sent a Facebook message out. I'm supposed to donate most of my allowance because that's one of the rules of being a paladin. Anybody know who I'm supposed to give it to? And Cartman's replied, "Your king demands his tithe, paladin. Come talk to me."
Genius.
Like the guy who runs a
Would you
weapon
like
shop.
to see my wares, weary traveler? Perhaps you would like to hear tips and rumors for $2?
Here, we can buy a tip and a rumour for $2. I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Don't waste your money on tips and rumors.
The tip is don't waste your money on tips and rumours. Lovely.
Would you like to see my
I'm trying
wares,
to.
weary traveler?
When I had my first playthrough, I couldn't remember. I know that's a game reference about buying tips and rumours, but I could not remember for the life of me
Right.
what game it's in.
So here's a question for you. So you've played through a fair bit of this now.
hmm
Do the jokes start getting tired? You know, is it the same kind of level of humour all the way through, or is it?
They
do they keep
shake
new
it up.
enough?
I think
Yeah.
the way that they've done it is, I'm pretty sure there's a day mechanic in it because you unlock certain
Oh,
summons.
what, like a day-night
attacks.
cycle?
Yeah, but I think it's not like real time or anything like that. It just when you complete a certain story part, it will say it's nighttime because there are summon attacks that you can unlock later in the game, and you can basically only use them once per day.
Right. Okay.
So the way that they've done that, I mean I'm only on day 2 because I've just really rinsed all of the side missions, but
Right.
I think what they've done with it is that each story section is one based around sort of one character, so whether that's the aliens from the anal probe scene or whether it's the
Right.
Mr. Hanky down in the sewers with his poo-poo children and stuff, or his little nuggets I think he's called them. What's the one he's got like a retard kid and he was born with a peanut in his head.
Oh dear.
So yeah, the way that they've done that, it focuses on one kind of character, and every character's got their own sort of different humour in the South Park universe. You know, like Mr. Garrison with Mr. Slave is very different to Mr. Hanky, and Mr. Hanky's very different to the character of Jesus and stuff. So,
Right.
and you never see too much of one character. Again, with 15 years of stuff to work from, they've got enough material for this to be, you know, fresh all the way through. As I say,
Yeah.
I'm only on day 2 yet, so
Good, now
don't
how
quote
about
me
you
on that,
equip
but-
your weapon instead of carrying it in a bag where it's completely useless?
yeah, I just spoke to Cartman and I haven't equipped my weapon yet. He told me off for it. Fairly funny way. Okay, so we got basically a level 1 magic wand.
Right.
You'll see popping up in a minute. There's like your inventory screen is your fairly bog standard stuff.
Yeah.
And we've picked up. So although we've chosen to be a black ginger Jew with freckles, you can. I'm going to put a pigtails wig on him. I've unlocked girly pigtails, so we'll put that on him.
Right. Nice.
I've got the Okama Game Sphere in my junk. That's just the average rubbish to sell. I think again they've just thrown that in there as a video game reference, because certain RPG games, rather than just take shitty loot out of it, they've actually just started calling it junk. You know, you don't have to go and organise your inventory anymore. It just goes straight to a shit pile, and then you can sell the shit for X amount of.
It's like Dragon Age does that, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Isn't it? Like, you can just go send all junk to junk, which it's slightly redundant, really, isn't it? Because
to me, it's
surely
just like
what's the point of having
pointless...
junk that you can send to junk?
Exactly, yeah.
Clutter,
you might as well just find cash. Yeah. Or you know, give more money for the
or
loot
just
that
not have
actually sell.
Just not have it.
But yeah, if anyone remembers the Okama Game Sphere, that's the Nintendo GameCube reference.
Ah, you have procured a weapon. Nice.
So
it's now time to teach you how to fight.
Remember,
I want you to take your new weapon and, with the bravery of a noble knight, beat
analogous
up Clad. What? Kick Clad down, you kid. Like, what I do. I'm the king, Clad, and the king wishes to be amused. Go on, you
like
kid,
a PlayStation and an Xbox.
No, they haven't actually done that. I don't think.
I'm gonna kick your
ass. The
ass.
Okama Game Sphere was like a special episode.
That's lame.
Right.
No, Clad, it's
they
like
did an
olden
episode
times.
of
You have to
the
wait your
Nintendo
turn,
Wii's
like in the Middle Ages, Clad.
Because
I know it's lame, Clad, but that's how we're fucking doing it.
Right, okay.
All right, douchebag, bash Clad's
so they
face.
haven't
Don't be shy.
I'm talking over a cutscene, so but yeah, they did an episode where Cartman froze himself because he couldn't wait 2 weeks for the Nintendo Wii to come out, so he went up into the mountains and froze himself and woke up like 200 years later.
That all you got? Oh my god, it's Butters all over again.
And they've done a recent episode
try
of...
putting your back into it at the last
you know
possible
what we're
moment.
seeing now, the wizards versus the elves?
Yeah.
That is actually... They built this up. They obviously knew that they were developing this game. They done this whole character creation of the wizards versus the elves for Xbox One versus PlayStation 4.
Oh,
and they did
so
a
was
massive...
that yeah, they had like a, was it 2 or 3...
Yeah, I think it was a 3-part
episode arc of like
right.
the console wars.
That's right.
Right, okay. So this runs off the back of it.
Exactly.
Oh hell yeah, Clad's your bitch.
The setup
right,
of
Clad's
the kids
wearing armor.
being
In order to hurt him,
two
I want you to hit
armies
Clad as hard as you
versus
can.
each other was created in that episode.
Right, okay. That's pretty cool.
I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do now.
Pretty cool bit of cross media.
So all of the combat is controlled by sort of button clicks.
Right, okay.
So yeah, apologies later on. Like some of them, you've got to mash keyboard keys and stuff like that. So
okay.
you might hear a lot of clicking.
That reminds me a little bit
Power
of.
attack, douchebag. You need to
very
really
much
hurt
like
Clyde.
that in the Penny Arcade RPGs. If you've ever played those.
Name me the games.
Dick.
Like the
Oh
Rainbow
shit, dude, I think I see blood.
Precipice of
Nice,
Doom
bro.
or something.
Exactly what you do to guys with armor
no,
like
I've not
that.
played those.
Okay, listen up.
Yeah.
The key to surviving in
Looks
battle is
quite
not to
similar
get hit
to
in
that.
the bout. Clyde, it's your turn to attack.
what I've
Douchebag,
been
protect
watching.
your bout.
I quite like those. The first two of those are like this, where they're kind
Prepare
of like
yourself.
side-scrolly RPG
Critical
type
hit.
things. I mean, they're more based in a sort of 3D
Yeah,
world.
that's
though.
what I'm talking about. Dude,
But
you're
then
already
the
way better
third
than
one,
Clyde.
they turn it into like a 16-bit. It
All
looks more like a
it's time to use
16-bit
your
brawler,
heroic
or like
powers. Using your
or
ability
like
takes
a
power
Final
points, or
Fantasy
PP
type,
for
like
short.
a proper old like Final
PP.
Fantasy 6 type.
If you have a fucking better name for them, then fucking say it, Clyde.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Little bit
I'm
more
the king,
pixel
and I
art.
say it's PP. Douchebag, use your mage ability to
Just,
make Clyde pay for insulting the king.
They're introducing like the idea of abilities costing you power points, and
Right.
Obviously you've got HP and PP. And the kid's like, PP. Cartman's got a better fucking idea for their name. So again, ripping the... Oh, Dragon's Breath is our... Oh, fucking hell. Okay, this attack's got to mash the left mouse button.
Right.
So my Rat 3 is probably going to take a beating. Oh,
Way to wipe that smile off his stupid face, douchebag.
So it's like a
Now do
Roman
it one more
candle
time.
firework,
Finish him.
and you
What?
set 'em
I
on
was
fire.
going easy. Take this.
Nice. Does that take damage over time?
Yeah, it's at the start of each, where this is turn-based, like after every attack, or at the start of each turn, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And you can left-click for a normal attack, right-click for a parry.
It didn't count. Dude, that was awesome! You were all like, "Beam," and Clyde was all like, "Nah, nah."
So they've done a fairly good job as well of
you proved
making
yourself worthy,
the
douchebag. Now come inside the war tent and I
combat
shall let
simple
you see
but
the relic.
very engaging.
Right.
Because I don't know whether, again, you've played any of the games, but I know it's not combat per se, but if you look at like David Cage's stuff, often the on-screen button prompts and things, like you're paying more attention to those than watching these huge cinematographic you know, or photographic.
Yeah, you're
screens.
rather than watching the cutscene play out, you're just looking for the, the X or the.
And this does have a lot of on-screen stuff, like your weapon flashes before you're supposed to press the button and stuff.
Right. So they're actually putting mechanics into the icons as well as not just having them floating up and you just sit there jiggling around.
I think the Grand Wizard wants you to meet him in the war tent.
Well, it actually removes the on-screen prompts completely. So when you're about to do an attack, you click on it and it will tell you what you need to do. As soon as you instigate the attack, it's gone. So you are watching exactly what you're doing. Because even in the there's a lot of fights. You'll only fight certain people once or certain characters once. And they are really entertaining fight scenes. Just talking to Princess Kenny. Can't understand a fucking word she's saying. But oh, okay. I've got a new quest: a flower for a princess. I'm pretty sure the flower's just in the garden over here.
I think the Grand Wizard wants you to meet him in the war tent.
You into the war tent, douchebag.
Well, here it is. The reason why humans and elves are locked in a never-ending war. The relic for which human and elf are willing to die.
We're just about to get introduced to the Stick of Truth now.
Ah.
Just 2 days ago, we took the stick back from the elves. Our kingdom was dying, but now it's Raz.
So the story goes, apparently, the Stick of Truth is in a constant state of flux of who's in control, the elves or the wizards.
To look at.
Right, okay.
Now that you have seen the Stick of Truth, let's discuss your dues. Being a member of my kingdom costs $9.95 for the first week, $4 of which is tax deductible. Alarm! 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 Someone has sounded the alarm!
About to be attacked,
alarm! 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 What is it?
The elves are attacking!
Yeah,
oh my
the
God!
elves are attacking.
Defensive positions!
So we're left alone in the war tent with the Stick of Truth. I'm going to try and touch it. No, you can just look at it. There's an Antonio Banderas love doll in here.
Nice.
Dressed up as an orc. The box of the obligatory box of KFC that Cartman's eaten all of. Just trying to look for any other references to episodes. Map of South Park. I think we can have a look at.
Sure wish I knew kid would fucking help us.
Okay, I'm getting told off for standing in the tent too long. Sure wish the new kid would fucking help us.
Man the gate! Don't let them through! Give us the stick, humans! Fuck you, Drow Elf! Come and get it!
So yeah, they've really thought about
while we defend the fortress! Aye, aye!
You know, I've played around with this a lot, and if you stay in certain places too long, there's programmed responses to nearly everything you do.
Right. So they've tried to work out every single possible thing that someone might do.
Yeah, well, I can imagine
made a witty response for it.
It's kind of reeks of Matt Parker and it's Trey Parker, isn't it? And Matt Stone. The way that
I know it's late.
Yeah, we could get the creators' names wrong.
It
just feels like they've had a hand in it, because you can, you'll be walking down a street and you can just smack random people. They'll all have a response that seems to be based on where you are, where they are, what character you are. So I'd imagine hidden in the game there's sort of like 50 different audio files floating around for each person's various responses to various characters and stuff.
Do it, douchebag! Kick these elves' asses!
Oh, can you imagine being the guy just setting up all the matrices for that? Like,
suck it!
If you do this, say this. If you do this, say this.
Yeah. So we're just having our first fight with a couple of elves now. We've got an elven archer. And he's telling me to... Okay, we're still in tutorial mode, so it's kind of taking me through using an elven potion.
Right,
I can use more than... Okay.
So how long does it take
you can have
to
one
get
potion every
through
turn.
all these
Ask for 5, but
tutorial
this was
bits?
I'd say probably...
Try to block all his attacks.
Once we're out of here, we're probably through the first...
Okay, if you block all the attacks, you get a counterattack. Look at your enemy on the ground. Weak and helpless. Kick the shit out of him.
So does it just keep doling out the...
Yeah, obviously, true RPG style, you unlock new attacks and new powers as you go through, and there'll usually be like one quick fight scene where it introduces each power. Right. So I'll use my Dragon's Breath on the melee guy. He's an elven commander. And that killed him in one hit. Nice. Sweet. Perfect block there, that's cool.
Great job,
Power attack on the elven bone took him down straight away as well. guessing this is, you know, a non-losable fight for the first. We're going to take his health
Each
here.
one of you must fight as 3 of them. Oh shit!
So they give you a few grunts to
That
try and
can
make you
hurt.
feel big.
Yeah.
So obviously, like I say, you've been through this. You've got quite a way into this before.
You got this, douchebag.
How is the kind of level of the enemies as you go further through the game? Is it a good, decent?
What are you
like,
waiting for,
difficulty
douchebag?
curve,
That guy's just
or
standing there. Go kick his ass.
does it spike
I would
at
imagine
points,
it's.
or-
I would imagine it's really
grind?
difficult. It's pretty. You know, it's fairly difficult. If you go straight through the story.
Wait, whose turn is
Yeah.
it?
Like I said, I've been through and done quite a lot of side missions, so I'm kind of.
Oh man, he was
So
totally
you'd
waiting for you, dude.
recommend like
You can't just hit him like
picking
that.
off a good like sort of 50%.
You need to try a different tactic to damage him.
Kind of
Look at that
lead
archer
with
hiding
It
behind
character.
kind of
friend like a
came
wood.
naturally
Switch
because
to your arrows,
where I
douchebag.
love
Snipe that
South
bitch.
Park so much, I just started to wander around the town, and you can open people's houses.
Sweet, now you can hit the guy in the back. Go for the pink miss.
That didn't count.
Douchebag,
Like you
use
can just
your
go
arrow.
and wander around different
Take out
people's
the archer.
houses, open
Do
their
what I say or you
garages,
can't play anymore.
etc. So in doing that, you'll just bump into characters that give you missions. And then, you know, the mission's not too far away, or it's on
We're
the
still
way to
doing
the
this,
story
right?
mission anyway.
Gotcha.
So it's...
Yeah, bitch, that's what you
that
get for
will
fucking with
give
the
you-
Wizard King.
Usually if you do a mission for a character, they'll then become your friends. And
Careful,
obviously getting
douchebag.
friends
That guy's
gives you
ready for your
perks,
arrows now.
So,
You gotta try something else.
yeah, the more you do...
Hey!
Great job, douchebag.
That's our next little tutorial fight down. That one taught us how to
Son of a biscuit! That wasn't very nice.
use the
Ow.
potions and stuff. Go
Ah!
and rescue Butters. Butters is getting his ass kicked again, as per usual.
Ow!
Is that guy never getting his ass kicked?
Let's do this, douchebag.
Okay, yeah, they taught us now there's different stances that people can
Okay,
take.
that guy has a
so-
shield.
And they get
Shields are
shields.
super weak. Just hit them with your simplest hit over and over to wear them down quickly.
So, shields kind of block damage, so you just have to use your melee attacks over and over.
Hell yeah, that's how you do it. The other elf let his guard down. Now's your chance. Power attack
So
his armor.
there are, you know, base level tactics in this then.
Oh yeah, I mean it's surprisingly in depth for something that's
That's it.
so
Now
simple
finish
on
him.
the surface. You do have to kind of think about what you're doing, and there's obviously the element of if you get perfect. A lot of weapons do extra damage if you get a perfect attack
Hey.
timing.
So is a perfect just a dice roll, or is that a?
No, it's the timing of you'll get like if you're hitting, your weapon will flash.
Right.
And if you're defending, you'll get like a little ring pop up underneath you, kind of like what you'd have in
Come on,
FIFA
fight.
if your character's controlling the ball. Or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, that basically tells you that you've got to
You're not waiting on me, are you?
hit the mouse button or do whatever button prompt your
Now.
attack calls for at that point in time. If you do it perfectly, obviously you get perfect. Perfect blocks is just, you know, you'll get a reduced damage, but perfect weapon hits can do a range of different things.
Okay.
Stop it.
Now.
And there's also, like the basic mechanic of this is that you can use an item before your attack. But if you use an attack, it ends your turn. So you've got to be fairly tactical about, okay, my guy next time could use an ability and then do his attack, or you know, do I give him a potion with my one guy? So it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
Two-player team.
Man, I could be watching TV right now.
Okay, so yeah, so you can actually heal and then attack.
Yeah. And then if your buddy, like your party member, they will have an ability.
Fall back, I say.
Like Butters is healing you.
Yes, awesome, dude.
Comes up and gives
Take
you his
that,
little
you asshole
Butters pat
elf.
on the back.
Better
going,
luck
"Deh,
But
next
deh."
time.
so
Na, na, na,
so
na,
they
na,
can
na.
like
We still
they
control the
so
universe.
you could heal yourself and attack. They could
It's
heal
God.
you and then attack as well.
What?
Yeah.
The stick of
So you
truth.
get like
the elves got it.
so everyone gets like a double go, as it were.
Mhm.
That was your one goddamn job, Clyde! To guard the stick of fucking truth!
So we've lost
Just-
the stick of truth.
Clyde,
Right.
you are hereby banished
course.
from space and time! What? No, you can't do that. Yeah, I can. You're
So Clyde's
banished and
banished
lost
from
in time and
space
space.
entirely.
Yeah, go home, Clyde.
You fought bravely on the battlefield, douchebag.
Yeah, if you can make me a douchebag, like you sure can fight.
Shut up, Scott. Nobody cares what you think. Anyways,
we're gonna
we
get
have a
new
bigger problem
quests
now.
now.
The Stick of Truth has been stolen, and we must assemble our entire army in order to get it back.
But our 3 best warriors still haven't reported for duty, my king.
Our newest member can take care of that. Douchebag, I want you to go out into the
going back
neighborhood
to your
and find
earlier
my greatest
question,
warriors. Token, Tweak, and Craig.
about
I'm
like, how
texting your
fresh
pictures
this
to your
stays.
personal inventory
I
device
got
now.
4 or 5 hours into
beware.
the game
The
before
lands
I
outside
met
are full of
certain
marauding
key
drow elves,
characters.
monsters, and sixth graders.
Okay.
And
Be sure
like
you're
they're
well
really
equipped.
key
Now go.
characters, part
Send
of
my
the
warriors
group
here.
of 4 children, and I
Fighters, go
hadn't
with
even
it.
realised that they weren't in the game yet. At that point, I met them. I was like, "Shit, yeah, we haven't seen these guys," and I'm 4 hours in.
Yeah, because see, that's the thing with this is that obviously a South Park episode is what, half an hour
Yeah.
on television. So I was just wondering how long like the jokes actually stretch. Because I mean, if you're playing for 4 hours, that's like
Guess I'm minding
you
the
know,
shop
good
now.
like 6
You need
episodes,
any
isn't
weapons
it?
or
Yeah.
armor? Here's what we're selling today.
At least. So
Okay, so I'm just in the shop now. Oh, we got
All yours.
bad Irene wig. I'm gonna get one of those. A halfling wig, which looks just like one of the hobbits. Buy some I'm gonna
Good
buy a
choice.
couple of health potions and
A nice
cure
purchase.
potions. And this is where you can see, yeah, they're called weapon strap-ons. That was it. I can remember what it was. And each weapon, kind of like Final Fantasy VII, I feel has got quite a few sort of influences on this, because your weapons have slots, a number of slots, and you can put a strap-on into the slot. So you might have a really powerful weapon, but it's only got one strap-on slot,
yeah.
or a really low power.
That's just like wrong, isn't it? Always.
And then you get, yeah, they've been fairly lame on the other one, just equipment patches. So we've got to go and recruit the rest of our army now, which is Token, Tweak, and Craig.
What, you want me to fight with you? Okay, this
One of our
paladin is ready to kick some
quests, just
ass.
have a look at my journal, is the Timmy Express. Okay, so we've got to unlock 12 fast travel flags, which are placed around the town.
Right.
And we've got to look for somebody else's house. One new friend in Kenny.
Hey.
And Kenny's posted on Facebook, like if you think I am the fairest maiden in the land.
What a boy.
Oh, we've leveled up. We have press N to open our abilities panel.
Okay, so leveling up. Right. What is the deal with leveling up? What do you level up and how?
Okay. You get 3 things. Basically, you get experience for completing quests and doing fights, which is fairly standard. You've gone a bit robot-y, mate, really crackly.
Hold on 2 seconds.
And then you get 3 things: abilities, perks, and magic. Magic you don't get to upgrade. I think you just unlock a spell at certain levels.
Yeah.
Perks is obviously what I spoke about before. So protect my balls is a perk. You take greatly decreased damage when you're critically injured.
Right.
Griefer is that you basically get to taunt people or take less damage from pissed off enemies. Marksman, you do more damage with ranged weapons, so they're fairly standard fare. Just got a few quirky names.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch, your first attack in each combat deals more damage. The abilities, so let's see what our abilities are. 3 are locked, so unknown at the moment. Dust of Dreams, distract your foe with magical sleeping powder. If successfully performed, it leaves your target stunned. And stunning is one of the key mechanics in this game.
Right.
It has been done in a game before, but I'm struggling to remember what one. Basically, you encounter like the combat happens, the fights.
Yeah.
Don't happen in a Final Fantasy. You're just drawn into a random encounter. You will see
right, yeah.
you'll see the opposing characters walking around the like game area.
Right. Yeah.
And you can, if you've got like a bow and arrow, you can shoot them before you attack. and if you shoot them, it gives them like a stun for maybe 4 or 5 seconds. So usually you're fighting a party of 2 or 3 people. You can shoot all 3 of them and then run up quickly and hit them.
Right.
That means that you will get the first attack and they're stunned. So
okay, so is this on? So you're talking you can actually like shoot someone on the map screen before you've even got into combat.
that's right, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So you get like an advantage going into combat then.
Yeah, so that basically, you know, if you boil
that's
it,
what you just described. But,
yeah, if you boil it down, you get 1 extra turn.
Okay, that's
which
cool.
can mean, you know, just taking them out before they do you any damage in some cases.
Right.
So let's see, we can upgrade Dust of Dreams or our Dragon's Breath. Increases the direct damage of all Dragon Breath hits. Inflict more damage with a stunning punch. Stunning people is really useful, so I'm going to upgrade the stun.
Okay.
And get some more damage out of that. Yeah, perks, we need 4 more friends to get a perk, so...
You kids be careful now.
And we just got one off of Mrs. Cartman. The sluttiest of sluts. We're in Cartman's house now, so I'm going to hit Mrs. Cartman, because, again, I just fiddled around with doing everything. Mrs. Cartman, if you hit her, she kind of enjoys it.
Oh, right. How odd.
Oh
A little bit
my.
pervy.
Oh.
Yeah, my favourite one, she's like, oh my.
Oh. Oh.
That's enough of that. So,
Proper dodge.
wandering around, okay, got a map screen, open the map. My location shown by a yellow arrow. And quests are highlighted, so with an exclamation mark, that's lovely. Okay, on TV at the moment is the Terrence and Philip episode. There's just a little skit.
Yeah, fuck his shit up.
Yeah.
Where that's not really that
I think Terrence is on trial for killing somebody. And he blatantly did it, all the evidence points to it, but they get off. But he wrote a haiku as part of the evidence that the guys... Is Scott, I think, is the guy. If you haven't seen the episode, it won't be funny to you, really.
Right, gotcha. So do you reckon...
This is where Karma does magic.
I'm just trying to watch it
Smells
now.
like the wizard is brewing some potion in here.
Do you
Wizard's
think a
still.
lot of the
Oh,
humour
looks like
would
he
be
forgot to
lost
flush this dude.
on people who haven't really sort of kept up with South Park?
There will be so much you just don't get. I mean, in some cases it will still be funny.
If it splashes,
Yeah.
it means you
I
get a free
failed to
wish.
take a shit. Didn't press my S button hard enough.
I was going to say, yeah, you're blocked up. You've got to get the
If it
emoji.
splashes, it means you get a free wish.
Poor old keyboard.
I was going to say your keyboard sounds like
If it
it's going
splashes, it means you get a
explode,
free
mate.
wish.
Clearly my wrists are weak.
I'm not even going to go there today. Not even going to go there.
Okay, so we're in Mrs. Cartman's bedroom. Okay, I've just gone to her bedside cabinet. There's a pair of underpants, $1.50 in cash, a big black dildo called Black Thunder, a double-ended pink one called Purple Passion, and then an actual purple one called the Jack Rabbit, which is obviously a take on the rampant rabbit. Got the old
I'm
bunny
assuming
ears.
there's not one of those as a weapon
This
that
is
we
where
can
the
actually
magic
use.
comes. Last week, Pop was
Like
talking
Saints
about the
Row.
men having a whole
Maybe a
eye
little
magic.
bit later in
Who's doing
game.
hand magic and blood magic.
Yeah, on her desk. I mean, in the cartoon, there's always jokes about her being a crack whore.
Right, okay.
Lo and behold, there's a big pile of crack with a crack pipe on her
Yeah,
bedside
I've
table.
just seen that actually, yeah.
Little pink dildo there. Oh, what we got? Oh, a crack pipe in her drawer as well. Blunt wig. What's that a reference to? Blunt wig. Oh, that's going to annoy me now. Purple dye, Antonio Banderas, love doll, and another dildo called the Milkman in kind of cow motif. So yeah, lots of, like, you can see on the walls in the bedroom, there's little pictures of Cartman.
Yeah.
A naked Jesus above the bed on a cross, I think.
Right, okay.
And we're in
This
Cartman's
is the
room.
king's room. I don't think we're supposed to be in here. What
we've
exactly
got-
are you looking for?
So we've got weight gain 4000 in his
Oh yeah.
In his bedside cabinet, you might remember that one.
Beefcake.
Fatty Doo Doo DVD, which is a piss take of Honey Boo Boo.
Oh right, okay.
Crank Prank Time Phone, which again is the Nintendo Wii episode where he freezes himself and it's basically a take on Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Right, yeah.
And they're so far in the future that for kids they sell a phone that can basically phone backwards in time to make crank calls. So you phone the 20th century and be like, "Is your refrigerator running?" And the Coon poster. I don't know if you've seen that as well, but Cartman is a superhero. The Coon.
Right. Of course. Based on a raccoon, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right, we're in his cupboard. What references have we got here? Okay, from when they became a Christian rock band or whatever it was. The Faith Plus One CD. Beaver Dam, 12 ultra absorbent tampons. Don't know why I'd need those. Beaver Dam, love it. Awesomeo, the robot outfit. A tub of chicken again. The Coon outfit. His beefcake shirt from the Weight Game 4000 episode. I can't remember what that Talking Bear's from. Cowboy hat, Jesus Christ. Oh, the Trapper Keeper as well.
Wow, Eric has a lot of cool stuff.
Polly Prissy Pants on the bed. Oh, I've just turned on the radio in his bedroom.
Yeah. Just seeing that cupboard now, and that looks like one of my cupboards, mate.
Oh, we've got I Love You Jesus playing on the radio from Faith Plus One. And sea monkeys. Oh, we can interact with the sea monkeys. Brilliant.
Ah, brilliant.
So yeah, like every house is like that. It's kind of just a little fun to explore, full of South Park references.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a treasure trove.
Oh, thank you for purchasing the Ultimate Fellowship and Super Samurai Spaceman downloadable content packs. DLC items are now available in the toy chest in your room.
Yeah.
We aren't allowed to go into the street. We must get back to the quest at hand, my lord.
The Wizard King says I'm too ginger to be one of the humans, but Paladin Butters lets me be his squire on the sly.
Paladins seek justice for all races.
We just run into Butters' little friend who's General Misdemeanor when he takes on the Professor Chaos.
If you ever need your horse reshoed, let me know.
Identity, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're now in Butters' house.
Behold, the residence of Butters the Merciful.
Oh, an Inspector Butters badge. I don't know whether you probably won't have seen that episode either. But,
Yeah, so I was going to say, it is quite funny, like, listening to you, like, coming out of all these different references, and I'm just like, it does sound a little bit like a mental. You know, just rattle. And then there was a thing with a thing, and then I had a goat with a monkey.
Oh, I'll take you through all of it. There's everyone's got a copy of the book, The Poop That Took a Pee, which Butters wrote. The USB drive that's got the ultimate powerful weapon for World of Warcraft on it.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about this cartoon as well, is that they've done so many different animation styles. I mean, they're not afraid to, if they take the piss out of something, they'll also do the same thing but do it better. Like they've done an anime episode where they changed all of the art style to
I saw that proper Japanese sort of manga style, anime style.
Even down to the song, you know, if you watch any anime, they do like what's it called? Is it Chinglish or something like that? The term for, but yeah, the hey let's go Sukadu.
You Facebook me right away if Butters does something he should be grounded for.
Like what I'm seeing on the delay, and it seems to be just a lot of wandering around in the town that I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting it to be more of a guided experience, less than, you know, not as much of an open world.
Yeah, I mean, this is all by choice. So yeah, I mean, shout if you want me to go on straight to a mission.
No, it's not a criticism. It's just that I was expecting it to be right. You've defeated these people, right? Now we're going to push you onto the next arena, and then there's 4 or 5 buildings, and then you get pushed onto the next arena, and then 4 or 5 buildings, rather than what it seems to be, which seems to be like you'd be able to go around and just explore a world, and then happen upon the things you want to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we just picked up our first Chim Pokemon, by the way, in Butters' room.
Oh, fantastic.
And you can interact with a calculator, which is facing the screen, and it says boobs upside down.
Of course it does. Classic. Boobies.
I can actually write boobless.
Exactly.
That was the one that went round our school.
Exactly. Get more characters in there.
Need a 10-digit calculator for that. So yeah, the way that they kind of reward you, I mean, you're seeing it coming through on the stream in a second. It's like just going into Butter's room and Butter's parents' room. I've got 2 keys to areas that I wouldn't otherwise be able to unlock.
Yeah, I've just seen you get one out of a chest of drawers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't confirmed this yet, but I'm pretty sure that the shit nuggets that you can only get from taking a crap in everybody's house. So mashing the S key again. Poop, goddamn you! Poop!
If it splashes, it means you get a free wish.
I'm going to isolate that.
Failed on the first attempt. Come on, poop! Oh
If it
motherfucker!
splashes,
I didn't
it
even
means
get
you get a
halfway
free
up that
wish.
time. Where's fucking auto fire on the old joysticks when you need it? This is, if there's one criticism of the game I've got, it's potentially hardware
If it
destroying.
splashes, it means you get
Oh,
a
right,
free
okay, yeah,
wish.
you're going to have no spacebar left. Yeah, Track and Field did that to me. Oh, what was it? No. Daily Thompson's
Daily Thompson's.
on the Commodore
If it
64.
splashes, it
I
means you
think that
get a
might
free
have destroyed
wish.
my Commodore 64 keyboard at some point.
I know I definitely went through a few joysticks back in the day. There was a Viz game that came free on the cover of
Yes, I remember
Spectrum magazine.
that. Oh god, was that did that really heavily feature Roger Melly, the man on the telly?
I only got the
He was
demo
like
of it.
I remember he was a commentator. He used to
Yeah.
pop up in the corner. Yeah.
Well, I'd never got the full game because I was only about 8 or 9 at the time, I think. But it was a demo. I mean, this is the heyday of video games, isn't it? They could put, where games weren't certificated, they could put a Viz demo on your Sinclair magazine and just sell it to kids in newsagents. Well, I mean, this will show you how like gaming was back in the day, man. It took 40 minutes to load that thing up on a tape, screeching at you, and then the whole thing was one scene. The demo was Johnny Fart Pants, basically. Sitting there with his arse in the air, and you had to waggle the joystick as fast as you could to blow up a balloon.
Yeah.
And I think the object of the thing was to explode the balloon. And I just played that over and over again for ages. And the only other game
So I've literally just pulled this up on I pulled that up on YouTube now. You got Buster Gonads trying to. He's got to jump as high as possible.
That's it. Yeah, bouncing on his ballsack.
Yeah, there he is. There's Roger Melly doing all his little like commentating to the screen and stuff. Brilliant.
Choo Choo Nesme got another Chim Pokemon. So it's just told us that we can use our ranged item by pressing F. It didn't actually tell me I had a ranged item. I must have picked that up and not realised it. I've got the Bow of Sucking. Oh yeah, Cartman gave us that in the battle tutorial.
Right.
So yeah, when someone's taking a certain stance of riposte, you can't hit them with a melee attack. You have to hit them with a ranged attack. Yeah. Stream might go black for just 2 seconds. I've got a profile set up.
Okay.
On the old mouse, so it saves me a little bit of keyboard destruction.
Messing about, yeah.
There we go, back in. And I'm gonna go back to my house and go and pick up that DLC content, which apparently I paid for.
Right, so the Viz computer game, also known in game as Viz start again. Viz the computer game, also known in game as Viz the soft floppy one.
Brilliant.
It was released on Commodore 64, Sinclair Spectrum, Amiga, Amstrad, and Atari ST in 1991.
10 years old.
There you go.
Awesome.
I was just leaving senior school. No, starting senior school, not leaving, starting.
Yeah, I think September 1991 was my start year as well.
Yeah. So yes, way too young to be playing the Viz game.
Well, the only other one that I can remember that clearly for being a bit naughty back in the day was I'm sure Rick Mayall had something to do with it. How to be a complete and utter bastard.
Bastard, yeah. How to be a complete and utter bastard. Yeah, that was wicked. That game.
And that was one of the first sort of truly 3D environments because you could switch your view of the room.
Yeah. Let me look that one up.
Yeah, I can remember doing all sorts in that. I think you had to prick a hole in a condom with a pin and stuff.
Yes, yeah. And wasn't there Freddy Star Ate My Hamster as well?
A Rockstar Ate My Hamster, I think.
Rockstar Ate My Hamster. Yeah, that was based
Legend has
on
it
the
that
Freddy
heroes can
Star
collect enough will be rewarded.
headline, wasn't it?
Okay, so we're beset
To
on
get
all
this
sides
truth,
by
we must recruit the
rats.
Warriors 3.
Where to go? Where to go? I guess I should probably a bit late now, but a bit of fair warning. There are apparently quite a few game breakers in this.
Right.
So it's as with any Obsidian game, not entirely glitch free.
So, how many Obsidian games have you played that you can rattle off the top of your head?
I really only know them from the Fallout stuff.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, because I was going to say, I've only ever played. Obviously, I've heard that Obsidian games are always a bit buggy, but great. And then like I played, was it Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah.
And I couldn't play it for the first month because I got the bug where the zombie sinks through the floor.
Okay.
And if it sinks into the floor, basically it completely annihilates your save and corrupts it.
Oh fuck.
And then
Yeah,
I had to wait a month for them to patch it to then get back to actually playing my game.
We're just seeing Timmy come up now. Sorry to interrupt you. But
That's what I meant.
yeah, you hear crazy hardcore horse noises, and then Timmy turns up in his wheelchair with like a cuddly toy all stuck to the front of it. But Timmy's your fast travel service, Sir Timmy's fast travel. So you
Clever,
can
like it.
basically go to any of the red flags. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to have a quick look and call up, because we've probably played more Obsidian games than we know are Obsidian.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'll look that up. Bear with me,
These
caller.
lands hold many dangers, new kid.
Gonna go to
Yeah, you
the
moved to the
Giant Bomb
wrong
website.
route.
Nice hair,
Probably good
douchebag.
for that kind of thing.
Okay, so we got 4 elves attacking us now.
And it turns out I can't spell the word obsidian.
So we have one guy armor up,
You're
one guy
hooked. This
strength
looks
up.
like a job for Paladin Butters.
Oh, okay, so they're gonna. This is the tutorial for Butters' healing power.
Right.
There you
There
go,
you go,
Al.
buddy. There you go.
Huh, that beat. I better wait a turn before I do any more healing.
So, list of games by Obsidian Entertainment. Right. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yep.
Neverwinter Nights 2. Neverwinter Nights 2. Mask of the Betrayer. Neverwinter Nights 2. Storm of Zahir.
I'm playing through that at the moment, actually.
Feel my
Oh, really?
righteous fury.
Because you know, you got me your little podcast you did with was it the Shaw couple?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
that
you're
got me
bleeding.
way into Dungeons and Dragons, and obviously
Right,
Neverwinter
gotcha.
is a Dungeons and Dragons video game, so yeah, I've been playing through those.
Fantastic. Then they did Alpha Protocol.
Not played that.
No, I've not, but it's weird because it's one of those
It
games
looks
that everyone
bad.
tells you
Here,
is
take some of this
absolutely
magic cure potion.
awful, but it's one of those games that you must experience because there's some really good stuff in it. I've been told. So
Make
yeah, it's
sure
a
you
bit of a
always carry
Marmite
two
game
potions.
apparently.
Just don't get grounded
Okay.
for raiding the apothecary's pantry.
And then I know Dan kind of keeps telling me you've got to get it, you've got to get it, you've got to get it. So I'll have to try that out. I think it was like so like £2 or £3 on Steam the other day.
Ah, okay.
So I'll have to check that out. And then yeah, they did Dungeon Siege 3, and then obviously South Park, and they've got a game called Project Eternity
I remember you
as well
live.
coming up.
And Fallout New
Yeah,
Vegas.
Obviously Fallout New Vegas, and Wheel of Time in development apparently, TBA.
Wheel of
I have
Time.
to go to
that
the
is.
bathroom.
Yeah,
I wonder whether that's based on the book series.
Oh, is it a book series?
Yeah, oh, it's like epic. it's hugely fun. I haven't read any of them. The missus is well into them. Though.
See, yeah, it sounds like the kind of thing like that. What's the Golden Compass?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's what the book series is about as well. Apparently. Okay, yeah, so it might be based on that. Cool. That'd be interesting. So yeah, I know Neverwinter Nights 2 is very buggy. Fallout New Vegas, I stopped playing it completely. I was pretty angry at it because I like to go off and, as I've done through with my first playthrough of this, like go off and explore and do some side missions. I'm not really bothered about progressing the story too far.
Wait,
And there was a bug that you got if you went too far into the game. I think there's a point in the game where you go actually to the gates of New Vegas and you have to get past some robots to get into I can't remember what the guy was called, but if you did that, the minute that you went through the gates, there were certain side missions that if you completed them before you'd gone through the gates already, it would just completely freeze and die. So you could never progress past that point in the game, and they never patched it. So I just gave up on it, picked up the I think I left it for like a year and a half and then picked up the Game of the Year edition with all the DLC. It's still a fantastic game.
See, that's the thing though. It's after that after the waiting that month and they put out the first big patch, it was actually really, really playable game for that. It's just as good as, well, I wouldn't say it was as good as Fallout, but it was nigh on it. You know, it was definitely up there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure with that, to be honest with you. I loved them both, and I wouldn't really say one was better than the other.
I thought there was, I was going to say, I preferred the scope of New Vegas, but there was something about the feel of Fallout 3.
Yeah, I think
it didn't really match because it was a lot more bleak Fallout 3, and I liked it for that. Whereas there was a lot more hope, you know, which sort of took away the tension a little bit.
Yeah, I guess
the
other one for me was like there was no, obviously you can never redo the first game in a new IP or whatever. I know Fallout 3 wasn't a new IP, but it was the first, you know, one of that scale.
First 3D.
3D, or FPS, whatever you want to call it.
FPS,
So yeah, it was the whole, you know, you went through that whole birth thing of setting up your character. So you crawled around as a baby and you actually saw yourself being born. That really resonated with me for that game for some reason.
Really?
And yeah,
because you wake up being born a lot.
I don't know what it was. I just really enjoyed the whole concept. So it hadn't really been done before. And obviously, I think Liam Neeson voiced the dad as well, which is obviously a winner in anyone's. So yeah, it was that, because I think the character in New Vegas was just kind of a throwaway, don't talk, you know, protagonist, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was he called? The Gambler or something? Or the Courier? It was the Courier.
I don't know. Let me look it up. What, the character you were playing?
Yeah. I think he's just referred to as the Courier, because you basically get shot in the head, don't you, and buried, and that old man wakes you up.
Yeah, you start talking to that robot that's the sheriff.
I'm actually faster at Facebook messaging than I am at speaking. Here, this'll just go a lot faster if I friend you.
Okay, so we've just unlocked our first perk.
Aha, what have we got?
You can choose, basically, so there's 16 perks. Well, there's actually 20, but 4 of them are locked, and you can't see what they are.
Right.
Let's have a look. Inflicting additional damage on grossed out people, bleeding people, people on fire. I think I'm going to do, because you use potions fairly often, and using there's a perk here that any time you use a potion it will give you attack up. There's like a buff, which is what you'd have to take a potion to get that buff anyway. So you can effectively heal yourself and give yourself attack up in the cost of 1 turn. So I think I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
The rest is fairly standard fare, you know, more melee damage, blah blah blah. There's
Sure
one
is a lot of
there
walking.
that looks like it might be useful, but in my earlier playthrough, I haven't actually needed to revive anyone yet. I've never had a character die on me. But there is a perk that lets you use a revive potion and bring them back with full health. Okay,
that'll be useful later on in the game, won't it?
Yeah, you'll see something coming through on the stream in about 10 seconds or so. I'll let you just enjoy that. And this is one of the magics of the game. It's given me so many fucking just laugh out loud moments.
Genius. Blimey. First bit of full frontal then, yeah? Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
And I think, yeah, if I go back to it, that door is
So
now
is
locked. That door is now
right,
locked
yeah.
to you forever.
Oh, right,
So,
okay.
because I immediately, obviously, I'm boobs, so I'll go back and have a second look. And
Nice, she's not going to be there again.
Which, you know, again goes back to your earlier question: does the humour get tired? They've almost locked jokes out. You know, you'll get them once as you would in the cartoon, and that's it.
Yeah.
Are you new? Hey, that means you don't know anything about me, huh?
Hey, you just unlocked, found a level 4 druid crown, but can't actually use it yet.
Who the fuck are you?
Some kid just out of nowhere said, "Who the fuck are you?" So I hit him around the head with my stick, and he started crying. Fell into his snowman. You can just walk around town being a bit of a bully.
Big bully.
So it sounds like you've been playing games a long old time. What was your first sort of computer console?
Well, my first console was the Atari 2600, the old wood one.
Okay.
My dad had one of those, and then he sort of brought it down one day. And
Looking
he
for
just sat there
Craig?
playing
Well,
combat.
he can't play.
like
He's in
tank
detention.
pong
Something about flipping off the
and all
principal.
that kind of thing. And
You
then we had
better get
we
the
had
other guy first.
ET. What was it? We had ET.
Oh, the famous.
Yeah, we had ET, Combat, and Indiana Jones.
Fucking
three
hell.
games like
Indiana
that.
Jones. Was that like a pitfall type thing? I can only imagine.
It was bloody atrocious. All I remember of that, in all seriousness, was playing tank pong, where you had the tanks in a maze and you could bounce
Yeah.
the bullet off the wall. And then I remember in ET there was a pit that you fell down into, and then it was really difficult to get back out of it. You sort of extended your neck and you sort of floated up, but it wouldn't float up quick enough to get in and out of this pit. I just remember as a kid, even as a kid, just thinking, this is rubbish, and just turning it off and never going back to it.
Oh, I had so many games like that on the Spectrum 128K was my first.
Yeah.
My uncle had the same Atari as you had. Like, it came with a paddle, didn't it? It was just like a turny knob thing, one button.
Well, yeah, I had the paddle with a turning knob, and then I had like 2 proper joysticks as well.
One fire button.
Yeah, one fire
Yeah.
button. I'll tell you what, I used that joystick for years, because there wasn't anything better than those joysticks. Because even up to like the Amiga, they still used the D pin, like the D pin plug.
Yeah.
So you could like use that on an Amiga, and like it was still brilliant. The throw on the actual stick was really tight and amazing.
I remember my favourite one I got for a birthday. It was pretty much, if you can imagine the N64 controller, but with like the sides chopped off, so you've just got the bullet bit
The
with a
middle
trigger.
bit.
Yeah, they're like almost like a gun handle, with a joystick on top of it basically, and it had two
Wow.
fire buttons, and you could set them to auto fire as well. It
How
was
weird.
super fucking high tech back in the day.
Alright, let's get really geeky then. So, what was your favourite? So, everyone back in the day had their joystick of choice.
Greetings,
the
human.
one that
While I
was
would
better
prefer
than
to
all the
explore
others.
strange worlds with you, it is illogical to abandon the bridge
Well,
until
it
the
was
captain
that one.
returns.
I used that for years.
Yeah, do you remember what it was called?
Oh,
The captain is my
Christ.
Bob.
It was,
I can't go outside
it was
once
one
he's
of the
got
big
home.
manufacturers
But the Federation
back
has
in the
an
day. I
urgent
can't
mission
for
for
the
you.
life of me
A
remember the
tricorder
name.
was left behind on the
Joy
frozen planet of
something.
Hoth. Only it's not a
Sure.
tricorder. It's my
Because
dad's iPad
there was
too.
always
I
a
need you to
debate
beam down to the
between,
Omicron
like,
sector
my
and
cousin
locate
and
that
myself.
device before it falls into Klingon hands.
Because we'd
I
always
think
sit there
it's
chatting
bad for a
about
backpack
games and
near the
stuff,
church.
and it was always whether the Competition Pro joysticks, that was the kind of square base, two big sort of almost jammer buttons on the front,
Yep.
and you know, the long shaft with the ball on top. There was that, or you had the which I preferred, which was the Conic Speed King, and it was a really weird joystick. It didn't have a flat base; it sort of cradled in your hand.
Okay.
So the fire buttons were on the side, so it was like rounded to your hand ergonomically, and the two fire buttons were where your index finger and your like the finger nearest your thumb would be, and then you had the joystick on top, and that was the nuts. I used to love that joystick. I got to the point where I annihilated it so badly that the internals broke on it, and I was like welding it back, like welding the plastic back together with like araldite, just to keep it held together, so I didn't have to go and buy a new one.
Okay, I do know my favourite joystick now. I mean, that
Yeah.
it's from a different gaming era, but I used to love playing X-Wing. And
Right, okay.
I've got to take another shit. Crap, man, poop, goddamn it! Oh,
Smashes, it means you get a free wish.
one more go. And I bought this in game. Back when they used to sell PC
It means you get a
peripherals.
free wish.
Right.
But it was before the dawn of USB, so that will give you a kind of time frame for it. It connected into one of those old 14-pin sort of. Your PC used to come with like a controller slot on the back,
Yeah.
and it was again, can't remember, probably a Mad Catz I think, but it had a throttle on it with a rocking rudder and a proper flight stick that had like the old Top Gun torpedo button on top, so that you actually had to flip open to be able to press.
Oh, wow.
With yellow and black
Love it.
stripes down it. So yeah,
Oh, I love
that was my joystick of wonder, and it broke, and I couldn't play X-Wing anymore. 'Cause
Oh.
nowhere sold them. Like, these joysticks obviously didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
Didn't sell that many. So nowadays, because obviously people still play flight sims and stuff.
Yeah.
To buy one of those joysticks now is about 200 quid,
Bloody hell.
because they just don't make them anymore. But,
Yeah.
Cytec, I think, are the company that you kind of go to now for your super sexy
Right, gotcha.
joysticks. Because there was a tank game, wasn't there, released a couple of years ago, that you could pay like 400 quid for a whole bloody tank setup.
Really?
Hmm.
You're not thinking of
The crappy Connect one where you stood up and
yeah, it's based on that. And that, why is that totally gone out of my brain? And I know what it is. Oh, that's annoying, man. Steel Battalion.
Yeah, just-
Steel Battalion. Yeah, I think it might have actually been the Steel Battalion. You know, super.
There's a
Stand
couple
up,
of the
Sergeant.
people we met at Eurogamer last year that actually own those. And yeah, that is an insane joystick.
It's just like it's one of those investments that you only ever make once, though, isn't it? Because it's only for the one game.
Oh yeah, but
Was
then
it-
again,
was it a
you
good
know,
enough
I mean,
game
rock,
to
rock
justify
Jack
band
got the worst nugget behind that building over there. It
played
sucked.
it, but Rock Band's no different, though, is it?
I guess
Thinking the amount of kit that you bought to have like Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
I've got to be honest. I played Guitar Hero 3 and got the guitar obviously with the game. As I understand it, like guitars for. Because I think that pissed a few people off. The first couple of games you could use the same guitar for, but then they started introducing new game mechanics that forced you to buy, you know, the guitar with an extra button or the guitar with an extra string or whatever, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the life of me, I can't explain how I keep losing all my
Yeah,
underpants.
Guitar Hero 3, I have my little run of that. Games like that, I'll usually get, you know, addicted to for 6 months and then just put them down and never touch them again.
Then go back to it. See, I'm like that with DJ Hero.
Oh, is that any good?
I'll go. Oh,
I was
well,
tempted.
if you like if you look like crappy Euro dance music, then yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's one of those games where probably gives you a better feel of the type of music or like the type of way of using music than it does with Rock Band. You're not pulling the strings and you're not actually doing the actions. It's kind of like a representation of the actions.
Okay.
Whereas with DJ Hero, literally you are spinning a plate back, you are flicking a fader left to right. And the way I play it, because I normally I wear a Turtle Beach headset, so I'm even wearing the headphones.
Proper feel the part.
So you sort of stood up and you've got like a little table in front of you with this little turntable on top of it. With headphones on, you really do feel like a proper DJ. Awesome. It's quite mad. Yeah.
So we're just about to meet the Goth Kids, if you've seen any episodes with those in.
Right.
Yeah, it goes so deep down the rabbit hole, man. You've now got Goth Kids, and then there's the Vampire Kids because of Twilight or whatever.
Nice.
And apparently there's a craze going around, or was about a year ago, with kids wearing fucking fluffy tails sticking out the back of their jumpers because they were werewolves because Twilight.
Right.
So you were in one gang or the other, werewolves or vampires.
Okay.
And emos as well were in it, but they dedicated a whole episode. The Goth Kids were getting really pissed off because everybody kept mistaking them for emos.
Right.
So they did the whole thing, and then he was like, "Yeah, there's no
Douchebag,
fucking
we aren't
difference
really
between
being good
any of
teammates
you."
here. Can we get back
There's
to the
this cool old dude who sells clothes on the other side of town.
Oh, please. What goth kid walks around in those clothes?
We don't hang with conformists. Go get the stuff to look like we do.
Okay, so we've got to go and dress up as a goth to talk to the Goth Kids, apparently. Side quest. And a 6-titted chicken in the loading screen.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to say on the loading screen. What's that?
There's a
all
room
about?
where the girls have a secret base, but I've never
There
seen
used
it.
to be, in season 1, we haven't seen him in ages, I don't think, the character, but there was a scientist, like a mad scientist called Mephisto. And
Right,
he
I
had,
remember him.
and he had, I don't think they ever named him in the series, but if you're a real big South Park fan like I am, you would have bought Mr. Hankey's Christmas Songs, the CD album, back in about 1995, 96.
Right.
And on that, there's a song called I Am Gopher Boy. And the song tells a story through rap. And apparently Michael Jackson donated some sperm to somewhere once upon a time.
Oh, of course he did, yeah.
And it got mixed up with some gopher DNA. So this boy was born looking like a gopher.
If you're
but had
ever
the
traveling,
sweet, sweet
Photo
voice
Dojo
of
has a great deal
Michael
on
Jackson.
passport
Michael
photos.
Jackson.
So he goes up onto mountains lonely at night and sings I Am Gopher Boy. Who will buy my raspberries, is it? I can't fucking remember. Yeah, it's very strange. Funny song. Little bit of South Park trivia for you there.
I was going to say, you've got to have been ingesting a serious amount of mushrooms.
Long way from home.
Like that, yeah.
Seriously, to buy it as well. Jeez, I think at the time I was smoking a serious amount of weed. But I think I can't be the only person in the world, but it's got to be a fairly rare claim. I have made love to Chef's chocolate salty balls playing in the background.
Do you really want the world to know that, mate?
The stick is
Yes,
on.
that's my claim to fame. Ash Guyver, a Sex to Chef song.
Oh, it's on.
So we're at Stark's Pond now. if you-
I just worry about you if Gordon Ramsay ever puts that out.
Right, so we've got a new character now. I think that's a cleric, an elven cleric, and he buffs the team basically. So they've all got
Right.
attack up. First guy's got riposte on.
We're still
so
doing
we
this,
use
right?
Our range attack.
Ow!
Gonna get Butters to fill me up,
There you go, Al.
and then use his Hammer of Storms. No, actually, we'll use
Come on!
Hammer of Justice. And again, mash A and D.
By the hammer
Some
of
keyboard
butters!
clicks.
That was the most perfect throw I've ever seen.
Just reminded me of that Harry Enfield thing. The Palace of
You
Righteous
straight tipping,
Justice.
kid.
I actually cat type thing.
That was that piss take of the Thundercats?
Yeah, basically. They're like superheroes and
Yeah.
Thundercat. Yeah.
You're not
I am
waiting on me,
Iceman.
are
I
you?
will encase this in a block of ice. I am Fireman. I will burn the ice.
Hurry
I
up!
will melt the ice with my fire. And there is she-woman cat type thing who will cough up her
Lick
hair.
her own pussy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that brings me back.
Oh, hell yeah!
Okay, so Butters is down.
This sucks.
So I'm healing myself. I've had it before where people go down and then they come back into battle.
I was going to
so
say,
they
what
revive
are
themselves.
their? I was going to say, is there anything like a Phoenix Down?
I think it's just
have
a
to go to the
potion. It
bathroom.
doesn't look like I've got any at the moment, but
Genius, of course.
Oh, it's
Maybe we
on!
should buy some of those or something.
okay, and I've got bleeding times. Oh, and ooh, I'm on HP 5. This could be GG. Jesus.
No. Don't
And
do that.
I can't take away the bleeding
Man, I could be watching
damage
TV right now.
because I've only got one potion use.
Basically,
oh,
if we've
I
been
have got a
chatting too much.
I've got a revive potion.
Wait, whose turn is it?
I don't know whether if I die, if Butters is still alive, then that's okay.
Let's go, asshole!
Because I will die from the bleeding damage, so I'll have to revive him next turn.
Stop dicking around!
And I've only got small health potions as well, so hopefully.
We were chatting too much and took our eye off the ball.
Oh dear. There's no way I'm going to take out this Elven Archer in one hit. Oh, 1 HP! He's got 1 HP!
I needed that!
No, thank God,
Only way you can block.
the cleric didn't attack me, thank Christ, he buffed the other guy, so...
Right.
Use that small
That
health
sucks.
potion again. I think we will get through this. 1 HP though. Oh, and yeah, the guy healed him up. He's now got 43. Oh, we're dead.
I fucking earned my juice box
Oh,
right
no.
there.
Oh, at least you get to find out what happens when you die.
Indeed, yeah. Okay, we're at the gates of heaven. Awesome. And you do get the option to continue. So let's see how far back this puts us.
Well, we've got 20 minutes, mate.
What's that? Until you got to go?
I got beat up one time
Yeah,
over
mate.
there by that tree.
No worries. What time is it?
It is 20 to 12.
Cool beans. Okay, so we're back at Stark's Pond, and those bad guys have gone. Okay,
Oh.
so we've literally continued from where we left off. Okay, so I tell you what I haven't been doing. I got attacked then. Was
Stop it.
I haven't been stunning them before combat.
Something stinks like you.
Right. So, should we stack up on a few potions before we...
Well, I've kind of been set upon by
I'm
3
Butters
elves
the
here, but I
Merciful,
have
the-
shot them all.
The Knights of Canherderness.
So you'll see the stun effect coming up in a second. And I'm going to use my abilities this time. So, Dragon's Breath. One of the things it does do as well here is like it will tell you if somebody's weak to a certain attack when you hover over them.
Right.
So it's fairly generous in that respect.
Feel my righteous fury.
Butler's electric attack here does damage to everybody in the line. And yeah, having that extra turn has meant we haven't taken a point of damage yet, and 2 of them are dead.
That's good.
Screwed up in the back with Butters just then.
I rocked it.
Yeah, it seems as though the stun weakens them, yeah?
Mhm.
So it gives you more of a... Yeah. Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think there's certain perks as well, like you'll do
That wasn't so bad.
more damage to enemies that are stunned. Weapons do extra damage as well, so
Yeah.
you can create yourself like quite powerful builds in the game, character builds. Because you've got weapons which often have
That was pretty good.
properties themselves, you know, like +8 fire damage and blah 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 on a perfect attack. and then they'll have the 2 weapon strap-on slots that you can put strap-ons into. I'm never going to get tired of saying that. So you could potentially put that a weapon causes fire damage and does more damage to an opponent that has fire damage.
Right.
Like,
No
therefore,
disrespect,
just giving
but I
yourself
don't want to be seen with
Yeah,
you.
because you can stack them up, basically.
Yeah. And then each item of clothing's got certain properties as well. And it looks like we've picked up a few. Right, so we're level 2.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a few level 2 pieces of equipment here. So I've got a dark hood, an assassin mask, that gives us 10% additional money. Elven ranger cap, which gives you a shield when your health is below 15%. Sorry, the elven ranger cap does more melee damage. The holy defender helmet gives you a shield. Samurai helmet means you regenerate 4 PP each turn. Sorcerer hood deal 10% more frost damage. Opponents are more likely to attack allies. Spaceman helmet, gain a shield when below 15, or superhero mask, gain defense up at the start of combat. Currently we've just got increases our max PP by 1, so I think I'm going to go with the Elven Ranger. Just melee damage is always a good staple of combat. So yeah, if we wear, so that's the Elven hat, if we wear the Elven like body armour, that then increases our weapon damage by 10%.
Right, okay.
So we'll get the 10% from that, plus the extra damage that the hat gives us. So yeah, you can start to stack up.
Nice.
Or we've got Sorcerer's Robes, which increases fire damage by 10%, and one of our powers is fire damage. Well, Holy Defender, 15 plus armour. Let's take the 15 armour. And then you've got gloves. The Holy Defender gloves look pretty good. 3 armour, and if you're blocking, you take minus 15% damage. Yeah, we'll go for those. See if we can make him look any more of a weirdo. Surfer wig. Oh, the bad Irene wig. Okay, we're going to have to go without him. We'll leave the freckles on. Oh, brilliant. Chimballs. You won't have seen this episode again, I don't think, but Cartman tries to... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on. No, go on. I know they did an episode where it was like dodgeball.
No, this one it's Cartman tries to get on the talk show circuit. You know, like people go on. This again, it was one of their politically opposed, episodes where they were taking the piss out of people like Oprah and Jerry Springer and all those.
Ricky Lake and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they take people, here's the burn victim, and aren't you a good burn victim? You're so brave, blah blah blah. And they had like all kinds of people with various ailments and disfigurements, like taking the piss out of them. So Cartman gets Butters to put a fake pair of testicles to his chin and makes up this disease called chin balls and puts him on the talk show circuit. And all of the other freaks sort of like take offence to it when they find out, and there's this whole big thing about blah blah blah. So yes, we now have chin balls.
Hey.
There is a side quest I saw on the map, but we've got to look for Kevin's iPad around the church grounds. Let's have a quick peek around here, see if anything looks like it might be hiding anything. Oh, there we go. We have one iPad.
Nice.
Past South Park Police Department now.
This is where Jimmy gave me that noogie one time.
You will never get laid looking like that, kid.
Police officer tells me I'll never get laid looking like that.
You know you can die from a titty twister?
And yeah, you can
Excuse you.
just fart on people at random as you're walking past them.
Oh, nice.
Shoot them in the head.
As you do.
Excuse you.
Father Mackey.
Oh, what sad times these are when the nation's youth run around in dungeon clothes playing the games of Satan. Young man, if you really want power, there's only one thing you must do. Find Jesus. Find him, and when you do, return to me.
Okay, so we've got to find Jesus. And we just came past the church, didn't we? I have a side quest called Find Jesus. Brilliant.
Brilliant. Love it.
You're a douche.
Oh fuck, those 3 elves are back. So we'll try and get in without aggroing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is kind of, you know, the World of Warcraft aggro effect.
Right, okay.
Okay, I can hear
Get too
Jesus.
close.
He's giggling.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I can hear Jesus, he's giggling. Another
Yeah.
choice quote I'm going to pick out. I'm just going to string all these together, mate.
You found me.
I found Jesus.
Next time finding me won't be so
And
easy.
he's giggling.
Apparently, next time. Oh, a big banner. A big angelic banner on the screen. We found Jesus. Let's go and report back to Father
No
Mackey.
disrespect, but I don't want to be seen with you.
Oh, you?
He said next time won't be so easy, so presuming we're going to have to do a bit of backtracking and go find him again.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Do not despair, for many find Jesus only to lose him later. But the soul that does not abandon its search will surely be rewarded with his company. Remember that.
Okay, find Jesus one more time. The soul that doesn't abandon his search will truly be saved, apparently.
So when you're doing these side quests, is it literally just
you,
grinding for
asshole!
XP, or do you get items from these things as well, like special items and stuff?
You get various, so this one, bit spoilery, but we're going to
like,
do it in
there's
10 seconds anyway.
There's different tiers of them, yeah?
Yeah, well this one in particular is going to give us, you can see we've got to move the spotlights. Oh, okay, where is he now? I can hear him giggling again. Where are you, Jesus? Okay, so I've already done this side quest once. And you had to rearrange the lamps in the back of the church, and you get like a shadow of Jesus, but that hasn't happened yet. One of the things I haven't really been doing much of, but you can shoot pretty much a ton of stuff in the environment. It doesn't often give you stuff, but you'll get like the odd secret key that you find.
Yeah.
See if I can hear him again. I heard him giggle. I'm hoping this isn't a glitch or bug. Let's look at the map, yeah, find Jesus. One more time. It says it's here. Okay, just heard him giggle again, so he's definitely somewhere around. Jesus.
It's not the naked Jesus hanging up, is it?
It came right out of my right hand speaker, so it's got to be somewhere on the right hand side. Just gonna go down all the pews. Oh, look, there you go. That's why I haven't turned the lights on. Now if I move those spotlights, there we go. And we get, oh, wonderful! I love this. Jesus hiding. When you change the change the spotlights, you get like a crucifix pose.
Right.
Well done, my son. I hope you didn't peek. Remember, I will always be at the side of those who have found me. You can call me once per day with this, but I can't help against bosses. They're scary. Come find me again for another.
Okay, so we found Jesus, and he's our first summon.
Oh, nice.
And Jesus and Priest Maxie of... Oh, it's Priest Maxie. Why did I think it was Father Mackie? So the next battle that we have, you can only summon him once per day, and he doesn't come to boss battles. He said he's too scared of bosses.
Can't you see I'm busy?
And that means we've got 2 new friend requests. So 7 new friends. Okay.
Blimey.
We're picking up a few.
I say, are we close to anything?
Two
the
new
friends?
2 new
Seriously,
friends
douchebag,
for
give it
another
back,
perk,
give it
and we're about to get
Why don't you
one.
make us? That's my Justin Bieber
Nice.
toy. Not anymore, it's not. Oh, did baby lose her
This
toy?
girl was picking on another girl by stealing their Justin Bieber toy.
Who is this?
So let's attack them and
Feed
say,
it, kid, if you know it's good for you. Surrender, or bad stuff will happen.
I'll tell you what, fuck it, let's summon Jesus in to take care of this for us. His summon power is the Rosary. Summons Jesus to purge enemies of their sins with a hail of holy gunfire, dealing kosher damage.
Kosher damage, nice.
Lock and load.
I'm a
that's
lot more
brilliant.
experienced now.
Jesus just became Blade for 2
Is my thing
seconds.
up, girls? Oh, I hope you didn't break
You
it.
know when Blade like finishes a fight, Wesley Snipes does the old
Thanks. I owe
glasses
you one,
and
kid.
crouched pose.
What,
Absolutely
does he
fantastic.
do the 3-point stance?
You'll see in a second.
You're looking for Token? He lives in the gated community, where all the rich people live.
Not quite the 3-point stance, but it's close.
Okay. Alright, we got the town notice board. Let's see. Okay, so we got shitty sushi, half off any roll. There's South Park Community Monster Mash, a poster for. Mantequilla is when they dress Butters up as a Mexican and send him to Mexico. I can't remember what they did.
Oh, right, nice.
There's one for Stan Up For Your Rights, where Stan, I think he like does a, you know, they get the plastic wrist straps that you can buy for $1 or whatever, and you support the charity and blah blah blah. They did like a whole episode on how stupid they are, and then there's a poster of who is the coon.
Brilliant.
This here is the marketplace. This is where heroes can come for adventuring gear, nose jabs, and abortions.
I used to be sad, but I found Jesus at the church.
Yeah, there's just a little nod there. If we hadn't done the side quest, I've just walked past an NPC saying, I used to be sad, but then I found Jesus at the church.
So I'm looking at the one there that says, need to tame a horse in Minecraft.
Yeah.
What is that all about? I mean,
I cannot remember. I cannot remember. I know it's a reference to something, but I honestly can't remember what that is.
Genius.
Oh, it might just be a reference to the fact that Minecraft had an update recently.
I know everyone thinks their child is special, but
I
I
think it was
really
actually,
think
recently
he
it was
is.
about November, December last year, I think.
Right.
Where yeah, you could get horses and donkeys in the game,
Okay.
and then you could get a saddle and tame them. No, I'm sure they did do a Minecraft episode. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So we're fairly close to one of our mission objectives now.
Hey.
Oh no, we're not. Oh, no. Oh, apparently we don't have any quests. Which we clearly do, because we've got to go and recruit Token.
Have you met my daughter,
Token.
Henrietta? She thinks she's a vamp. I love my wolf security system.
Oh.
I refuse to be the victim
Hey,
of a
Upsy
white
Butt
burglar.
Baby.
That's
do that
Butt
then.
Brady. Wait.
Oh, okay. For some reason it just wasn't showing up, so we've got Token's house we've got to get to.
Right.
And Tweak's coffee shop for getting Tweak. I don't know if you've noticed that actually, but a couple of the bedrooms that we've been going into I've picked up
Tell me when to stay
underpants.
there if you're a fetus.
And there's
yeah.
a side quest. That was fairly on in the season, so you might have seen the underpants gnomes. episode.
Let's just keep this between us, okay? Because we're such good
I
friends.
remember it.
But yeah, there's a couple of sets of underpants, and apparently you need to pick up 5 sets of underpants, and then you'll be dealing with the underpants gnomes.
Yeah, I just wasn't, like said before, I just wasn't expecting this level of exploration.
It's a big old, yeah, if you think about it, it's a big old, like, you can even go, this is the Lost Forest up here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, the thing that it reminds me most of is the Curse of Monkey Island, where
Right.
you could go into that forest and you had to take a certain route through, or else you'd always end up back at the same screen. So it's kind of, I think they've thrown that in as a little video game reference there as well. So yeah, that one. Like
So they're crossing the medias for their references as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah,
with that
definitely.
Minecraft reference.
This is a gated community, sir.
Well, you get
we do
referred
not allow
to
in
as
the riffraff.
a
Move
Dragonborn
along, sir.
in a little while. He must be fucking Dragonborn or something.
If you try again, I will pepper
Right, I'm gonna have
spray
to shoot
you
off,
back
mate.
to the Stone
No
Age.
worries, dude.
So you're gonna crack on?
No, what I'll do, I'll save it here because we've just got new quests, and then next time we do this, we'll use this save game and just carry on from where we are. So we've kind of got a let's play.
I'll
Cool
wait
beans.
till you've saved it.
Cool, 2 seconds. Save game. Create new save. This is going to be a problem as well because it's not going to tell us what class or. There we go. So that's our first couple of hours, and we haven't yet even delved into the first story mission at all.
Right. Wow.
So yeah, just to give you an idea of the content, and we're still not anywhere near touching half of the side quests either. So yeah, it's a big old game if you put the time into it.
It's bigger than I thought it was.
So I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did.
And, good talking to you. Alright, mate. Have a good night.
Alright, I'll see you next night.
Alright, mate. Take care.
Alright, bye.
Bye.